Hello, hello. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. And today is episode number 86. And did you check out the title? Yeah, 10K for 10 minutes. Can you believe that? iHeart Radio is on the hunt for the next great podcast, and it could be you. Man, I cannot believe it. First and foremost, this has been a wow. Weather. Were you awakened by that storm, thunder, lightning, rain, and wind? OMGZ. I was thinking, oh my God, what is going on out there? But now it is bright and sunny. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful, thankful Thursday, because every time you wake up looking up, everything else is gravy, baby. And I am so super excited. I am so thankful. I have been filling my calendar with my mini coaching sessions. That's right, my podcasting Your Purpose mini coaching sessions. And you know what? I am so super excited. I have a new podcaster who just completed her 3-part coaching session. She's ready to launch. We went through everything today. I'm so excited for her. I'm not going to tell you the name of her podcast. I'm going to tell you her first name is Anne. And that's all I'm going to tell you. But I can't wait to announce her podcast here on Podcasting Your Purpose YouTube, as well as on my podcast, which you know is the Delaware Blogger Podcast, on Saturdays at 10 a.m. and Blog Your Way to a Business Profit every Wednesday at 1. And yesterday's episode was influencer marketing for businesses. So if you're a business owner and this COVID-19 has really put the brakes on a lot of marketing, also getting people into your brick and mortar store, this may be a great time to find some influencers, i.e. bloggers, to help you expand your brand online. So if you are looking for tips on how to broaden your brand and expand your exposure online using influencer marketing, please head over to Blog Your Way to a Business Profit, which you can use the tiny URL /blog to profit to take a listen. And then next week, I'm going to be talking to bloggers on how they can connect with businesses to monetize their blog. So that's going to be next week. And that is actually going to be episode number 20. And that will be the end of season number 1. And season number 2 will begin probably the end of August, maybe September. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off and then be ready to kick off the new season number 2 in September. So this week is influencer marketing for business owners, and then next week will be for bloggers who are looking to connect with brands. That will end season number 1 with 20 episodes. I'm going to take a 2-week break and then come back in September with some amazing, amazing topics. But today, I cannot believe it. If you have something that's inside of you, you just want to let it out. You want to connect, because I'm always talking about the purpose and the power of podcasting. With your voice, your vision, and your mission, you could literally change someone's life. And this is so amazing. Again, iHeartRadio. I think they did something like this last year, but they are actually looking for the next big podcaster. This is a competition. And I want you to think out of the box, because if you're one of the 10 finalists, they're going to give you 10 grand to create a 10-minute pilot show. How amazing is that? Talking about sponsorship, talking about monetizing your podcast. This is the best way in which to do so. OMGZ. Check it out. I left the link so that you can go to the site to see what they're doing. And again, it's the next great podcast. They want to pump your show. Remember, pump you up from Saturday Night Live. They want to pump up you and your podcast, and they're going to give you $10,000 in which to do so. So think outside of the box. What is it that you are passionate about that may be a little bit different than what everyone is listening to now? Like on podcasts, you usually have true crime, you have horror, you have dramedy, you have comedy, you have education, inspiration. You have all types of podcasts. Go through a list of podcasts and see if there's something different that you can do. And then make sure you submit your idea, because a panel of judges are going to select 10 finalists, and they're going to give them an opportunity to record a 10-minute pilot episode. So if you've been thinking about something like, you know what, there isn't a podcast out there for this, or there isn't a podcast out there for that, this may be the opportunity. So sit down, brainstorm. I'm not sure when the deadline is. Let me tell you. Okay, the deadline is for submission is August 27th. So you literally have 1, 2, 3 weeks to really think about what it is that you would want to have a podcast about. And I know you're listening to this podcast and you're listening to other people's podcasts. You may have listened to Michelle Obama's podcast, which is she's just having a conversation with her friends. Demi Moore started her podcast about passion. I haven't listened to it. Again, there are so many different podcasts out there, but you are unique with your own voice, your vision, and your mission. And that is why I offer to a lot of you who have taken advantage of the discovery call, the 30-minute complimentary discovery call. And when we get on that call, we talk about not only, let me tell you, there's a checklist that I use. And we always talk about planning, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So what I like to do is to plan it out. What is it that you want to talk about? Let me remember yesterday when I got the coughing fit. So I was like, I got to get my Gatorade today. And this is actually 0 sugar. I'm not a big Gatorade fan, but I love this because it has no sugar. And you know, I'm a diabetic, type 2 diabetes. So I have to make sure that I stay away from sugar. Speaking of which, tomorrow I am going to be interviewed for a program that has something to do with diabetes. Shh. Don't tell anybody, but it's going to be great. It might blow up. So check it out. I'll let you know. When I can promote it, I will. You know, I'll come right here and tell you about it first. But anyway, when you schedule the 30-minute complimentary discovery call, and I'm actually going to be cutting that back to 15 minutes because I'm giving you such great information, and I really want you to sign up for the 90-minute mini coaching session where you will get a copy of the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. Remember, this Podcasting Your Purpose workbook becomes part of your $97 enrollment when we have the 3 30-minute Zoom calls, which I record and give to you, as well as the checklist of other things. So you want to make sure and ask anyone who has signed up and already gone through my coaching session what they think about it. If I'm not giving you a lot of information, they'll tell you, but I do give you a lot of information. So we sit down and we talk about your title. We talk about your description. We talk about the dates that you actually want to publish, because even though people can listen to a podcast anytime, anywhere on their own schedule, I want you to put in your mind so that people know that every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, you have a new episode, or every Saturday at 10, you have a new episode, and then they can binge if they want. But I want you to make sure that you have a date that is comfortable, something that you're going to always remember, so that when people ask you about your podcast, you can say, yeah, girl, or yeah, guy, my podcast is da 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 da. This is the name of it. I talk about this, or we do that. And it's every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So it just rolls off your tongue. It becomes natural, becomes part of you. It becomes part of your brand. That's what a podcast is. We talk about social media sites, where you're going to promote your podcast. You're going to promote it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube. How are you going to do it? Newsletters, emails. There's always great options to repurposing content, which we talk about that as well. But we go through a lot: date, time, guest release forms, intro, outro, monologue. But I give you a lot of information because podcasting is very, very powerful. Again, if you have a vision, you have your voice. So share your vision, your mission, and your voice with others, because you can literally change someone's life. And when someone chooses to put their earbuds When they have this on their heads and they pull down a podcast and they are in listening to you, you are having an intimate relationship, an intimate conversation with them. And it doesn't get any better than that. So again, I am so super excited about the iHeart Radio's next great podcast. They're looking for some great podcasters. So if you are one or you think you are one, what the heck, submit it. You never know. 10 G's for 10 minutes. Can't beat that with a stick. That's like easy breezy money. So check that out. The link is in my show notes as well. And also, if you are interested in, the 90-minute mini coaching session, let me just tell you what you get. You get 3 30-minute discovery calls, which means we're on these Zoom calls. These are calls that are recorded and so that I can share it with you. You get the Podcasting Your Purpose, a workbook. You get assistance of setting up your account on Anchor FM. That's what I talk about. I love being on Anchor FM. I have been on Anchor FM since 2017, and I'm going to continue on Anchor FM, especially because they're always doing some great upgrades, updating, they're helping out with the editing, and they're owned by Spotify. And Spotify is stomping with the big dogs. I mean, they are on Apple's butt like ain't nobody's business. They've got Michelle on there. They've got Joe Rogan on there. They've got some heavy hitters. They got me on there. What can I say? You need to be on there as well. So get on Anchor. We'll talk about your trailer or your hook, your intro, your outro, your guest release forms if you need it. If you're going to have a guest, you want to make sure that him or her signs a release, because you never know. They can start out to be a nobody. They can blow up. You have an exclusive podcast interview with them that may be worth crazy money. So you want to make sure that you get the release that they're saying, yeah, you can use this. Membership into the Podcasting Your Purpose Facebook group. I'm going to add you. And don't forget, I know I've got to do that. I've got to send you your notes as well. And 30 days of unlimited email and text access. So that is a great investment in yourself. And like I said, I have so many printables that I provide. And starting next month, we're actually starting, in 2 weeks, EC Podcast Media, where I'm with them, I'm part of them, and we're going to be doing some webinars, some weekly webinars, 15, 20-minute webinars that's going to help you grow and expand your business online using your podcast. And if you're a part of the community, it will be free to you. If you're outside the community, there will be a small cost, maybe $10 a webinar, but it's definitely worth the investment because, again, we are in a situation now where we can take time to do the things that we've always wanted to do. I know there's something out there that you said, you know what, I wish I had time to do. Well, you don't have to wish anymore. Here is that time. What is it that you want to do? Is there something that you can teach? Is there something that you can share? Do you have knowledge? Do you have information? Do you have wisdom? As a boomer, remember, I am a boomer. Anyone who's over the age of 50 is a boomer. Someone that was born in the 60s, that's me. I have wisdom, I have knowledge, and I can teach others. So I'm sure you do as well. If you're recently retired and you're bored, that's a dilemma that a lot of people are having. And we talked about that yesterday in yesterday's episode. Remember? You don't remember? Wait a minute. You subscribe to this channel, right? You've subscribed and you thumbs up all these videos and you hit that bell, right? Because when you hit the bell, you get a notification every time I go live or drop an episode, right? Okay, so then, you got it. All right, cool. Just making sure. I want to check and make sure that you are subscribed to the Antoinette Blake YouTube channel because I don't want you to miss anything. And that you're also subscribed to Dell Blogger, my blog, because that is where I am repurposing the content from my podcast. And that is a great way. And one of the tips that I tell you about, how to repurpose your content because it's never one and done. But again, like I said, this is such an exciting day. I'm so excited for another Delaware podcaster about to drop her podcast tomorrow. I will begin the training of another. So far, I think I've done about 5 5 new podcasters out there. They're just doing their thing. I'm loving it. I feel like the mama bear, or the mom in the hen house or whatever, seeing all these great podcasts dropping. And I'm just so excited. So again, if you are thinking about starting a podcast, please send an email. Let me give you my email address to info@ablakeenterprises.com. We can get you scheduled for your 30-minute complimentary discovery call so we can talk about what it is that you want to talk about. What is your legacy that you want to leave, whether it's a podcast or a blog? I do them both. And if you're ready to sign up right away, let's do it. Let's get started on that 90-minute mini coaching session right out the gate. A great investment in yourself. $97. You get the book, Podcasting Your Purpose, which is $15.99 on Amazon, which you can purchase by itself. Or if you want a copy of the basic blogging tips for beginners and the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, you can get them both for $26. Just send an email, free shipping. I send them out once a week. But in the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, again, it talks about why starting a podcast. Why? People are listening to podcasts. Look at this. iHeart Radio is blowing up. Apple, iTunes, everyone, SoundCloud. It is a great way. It's easy and convenient to consume. How easy is it to pop in a pair of earbuds and listen to a podcast, whether you're in the car, on the sofa, walking the dog, in the gym, wherever the case may be? It's easy to consume. People like easy breezy. They don't want to have to read a whole book. They don't want to have to tune into a specific channel at a specific time. That's why people binge on Netflix or just do things on demand. They want to have control. So your podcast can give them what they need when they need it. It increases your brand. You know that. I talk about that all the time. Broadens your brand and expand your exposure online. You are going to get a bigger audience. So even if you are a blogger like myself, the Dell blogger, then I can also have people that would prefer to watch me here on YouTube or listen to me on my podcast. Inexpensive and easy to produce. It costs absolutely nothing to start a podcast on Anchor FM. You only need your smartphone. Even if you don't want to use your smartphone, or even if you do want to use a smartphone, let me see. You can use your headphones, and you can plug your headphones right into your computer and record that way. So it is simple. You can record on an app on your smartphone. You can just talk into it. You can add a condenser mic. I had a fellow podcaster from Elite Conversations text me last night to find out what microphone I use. And I use a Blue Yeti for Elite Conversations podcast, but for my Anchor FM, I just use the recording app on my phone and I share it to Anchor FM. So it's easy and inexpensive because you already have a phone and you already have a voice. So it's really easy to do that. That's just another reason. It gives you a forum to reach out to others. And that is the great thing about podcasting, because there are so many like-minded people out there that are still trying to connect with others. So you can be the voice that helps them do so. It helps you stand out from your competition. That's right. Even if you sell jewelry, paparazzi, Mary Kay, A-Bomb, whatever the case may be, if you add a podcast into the marketing mix, it's going to have you or make you stand out from your competition that may not be doing podcasting. They may just be selling online or just doing live stream videos. Now people can listen to you, can talk about ways in which to use your products and or your services. So you are building your brand, broadening your brand, and expanding your exposure online. It builds trust. People are listening to you. They're having a relationship with your voice. So those are just a few reasons why you want to start a podcast. And again, send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com to register for your 30-minute complimentary discovery call or your 90-minute mini coaching session for just an investment, a one-time investment of $97. You will get the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. You will get 3 30-minute Zoom calls, which are recorded. You will get checklists, printables, and 30 days of unlimited email and text support, as well as membership into the Facebook Podcasting Your Purpose group. So I'm excited. Welcome, Ann. I'm so excited for you tomorrow, Amy. 9 o'clock. This is just a great time to be a podcaster. And check out the link if you're interested in being a podcaster. The next great podcast, 10 grand for 10 minutes. Where else can that happen? Hey, until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social. Still from a distance, and make sure you mask up. And I'll see you tomorrow for the weekly wrap up. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe wherever you are. Bye-bye.